those of you who knew Judy, she would be chagrined that there was a picture here at all. Judy was the least taking credit person I know, but she cared about making sure that the children were served by all of us, working together and applying all the resources that were available.
Congressman Steny Hoyer recently paid tribute to his late wife Judy at an early childhood center in Adelphi that bears her name and has proven to be a winning program for the pre-K children that it serves. First opened in 2000 and now joined by 24 other such centers in Maryland, the Judy Centers are getting 12,000 of the state's neediest children ready for school and indeed for life beyond the classroom. It's a fitting legacy for a visionary educator.
I first visited it with my friend Judy Hoyer. Judy and I attended college together. We had a mutual dream, and it was about young children and the potential of young children to really shape our world ultimately. And to see this in reality after Judy's passing, and to know that this vision and the implementation of it continues, is just heartwarming to me.
I've seen an acknowledgement of a vision of an individual, Judy P. Hoyer, who wanted to have a one-stop shop for students in need and for families in need.
Far more than just an educational resource for children, the Judy Centers offer parental instruction, family support, child care, health care referrals, and much, much more. In short, they are one-stop shops for all that needy families, especially those with non-English speakers, could ever hope for.
You've got health, you've got education, you've got child care, you've got social services, you've got adult services. You've got a lot of people who have services available to people, but guess what? The people who need them most are having difficulty accessing them. If they're available but not accessible, they don't make a difference. And Judy's vision was, if we brought them together in a centralized setting, how much easier, Bill, it would be for those who needed the services, who would be advantaged by the services, and in turn, because they are advantaged, our communities are advantaged.
One of the things that I think was eye-opening for me was the work that's going into the education of parents at these centers and providing the resources for parents to motivate them to come into the center to access services for their children. Things like a washer and dryer so that parents can do laundry while they're receiving instruction on the English language. I think those are phenomenal types of motivational types of tools to get individuals into the center to have that access to the service.
There's nothing better than giving a pair of shoes to a family that doesn't have one, or to helping my service coordinator work so hard with all of our families, a family that needs a place to live because they're in an abusive situation. That's the most gratifying. We do so much for our families. It's hard to find just one thing. You name it and we do it. We do referrals for health, for dental. We provide food, and if they need food, shelter, we have emergency cards for them with a small amount of money to get them through the night if that's what they need.
But while the social and familial successes of the Judy Centers are undeniable, the question remains, does the early intervention between birth and 5 years of age in a highly structured readiness program actually produce measurable educational results? Do pre-K Judy Center students, for instance, do better as they get into the early grades on math and English and social studies tests than their untutored counterparts? A just-released document titled An Analysis of Influence of Judy Center Services answers that question with a definitive yes.
It basically states that the children who have this opportunity, when they enter kindergarten, and we look at those 7 domains of functioning, that these children are doing better than their counterparts. It particularly focuses on English language learners and how substantial that difference is.
What this document shows is this makes a difference, that young people and their families have a better result long term.
For those children and their families disadvantaged by poverty, limited English proficiency, or special educational needs, the Judy Center services are about more than just school readiness and life support. They are, just as importantly, all about pride.
It could be any of us on any given day. A lot of our families are not documented. We don't ask questions. We tell them we don't care about their status in any way. We're just here to help them. A lot of our families come from countries where they've feared government in the past, and we make it very clear that we're not concerned with any of those things. And again, I think having a service coordinator who is bilingual and who the parents can relate to, all they need to do is come in the building and say Rosa or Rosita, and we know what they want and we know what they need, and we welcome them with open arms.
That is a sentiment that guided Judy Hoyer in her life, and now those that are carrying on her mission and her dream. For Channels 96 and 38, this is Dave Zarin reporting.